So we're at that stage wherein we are trying to understand what is the importance of content in the world of digital marketing. If I were to explain this entire video to you in one phrase, I would simply say that content is the ground, is the foundation of all other forms of marketing. Why is it so? You'll find your answers soon enough. Hi, I am Darpan Saxena and let's get on with the video. Welcome again to the video. If you are somebody who is looking to learn more in the field of marketing, analytics and other important skills which are important for you as an MBA, head on to my blog Super Heuristics right now, because you will gonna find a world of content which will be extremely helpful for you. And while we are at it, if you are an MBA aspirant or an MBA student, I have one more thing for you which we've recently launched. Now again, if you're an MBA aspirant and an MBA student, and if you want to start off early the process of getting control of your MBA journey, then I would advise you to take this course called 5 Steps Ahead. What exactly is 5 Steps Ahead? 5 Steps Ahead comprises of most of the things which you need to ace your journey. What are these things? A, it is the basic concepts which are extremely important for you to know. B, it is about what are the various career paths in the field of marketing. And then 3, it's about how to create a personal brand with the help of the skills which you have acquired, and how to use that personal brand in order to take complete control of your post MBA life. Now if that sounds interesting, please go for this. Now first up, obviously we would want to understand what exactly is content and why is it important. For that I have something to ask you. Can you help me understand that what exactly is this which you see in front of you on your screen? Some would say it looks like a part of the tree, some would say it looks like a piece of cloth, or some might even say that it looks like a scripture. Well, the fact is that yes, it is a scripture. And the name of the scripture you can see here in front of you on the screen. Now, what is the importance of this? Why are we even speaking about it? Let's try and understand some things about this scripture objectively. Okay. First of all, what exactly is it? It is basically an ancient scripture which has around 134 statements or lines which are split into 8 songs. Okay, fair enough. Now this was created in 2600 BC. It is very old. It is like beyond imaginable old. And third thing, what is it exactly speaking about? It is speaking about some appreciation on a place which was also the place of assembly of the gods. Now if you just understand these 3 things, what exactly is this? This is basically the earliest piece of content which has ever been found. It is the earliest such thing. And if you understand what is this content trying to do, it is trying to somewhat market a place. Can you see this? It is trying to sort of market or sell or advertise a place. Now that you understand that it is a piece of content, let's see what was the impact of this. The impact was that thanks to this ad, a so-called ad, it might not be an ad obviously, but what we as MBAs would see it is that it is an ad, and thanks to this ad, the impact was that the place about which it was speaking, it became important. In fact, it also impacted the economy of the place. Now, can you understand the impact of one piece of content? What was the kind of impact that it could create? Same way, when you are creating content, it is to create some sort of a amazing impact for your organization. Now, the way we know it, there are broadly 4 kinds of content which are out there. What exactly are these 4? It is text-based content, image-based, audio-based and video-based. And if we go further into it, then we know that here are some of the examples of each of them. Now, obviously, the examples I have shared are not all the examples of it. Obviously, you can have a lot more than these, but what I've tried to highlight are the ones which are extremely important, which are being used very frequently. So now we have some sort of an understanding that we know that all of these things are being created. We see them everywhere, but now I hope we have some sort of an understanding that why do we create it? What can be the outcome of this? Now we'll try to understand a bit more that why would an organization create this? Why would an organization, or why should an organization invest in content? Now, to explain the why, I would want to start off with two schools of thought. In fact, I would not say that these are two schools of thought. I would say that these are two thoughts of the same school. What exactly are these? You would have heard about this age-old advice that you should not try to sell. You should try to educate and inform your prospects, because when you educate and inform them well, then sales will happen by itself. That is one thought which is very important for someone who is in the field of sales and marketing. Now, apart from this, we have another thought which is extremely important. What exactly is that? It is that a brand is always advised to have a clear positioning and a clear brand promise and clear messages. It is very important for you to be able to effectively explain to your audience that who you are and what do you stand for. Now, if you somewhere combine these two thoughts, you would realize that at the crossroads of this, in order for an organization, in order for an MBA student or an MBA to be able to achieve these two things, there is something which has got to be here at the crossroads of it. What exactly is that? What lies at the crossroads of these two very crucial thoughts is content. Because when you create content, it is through that wherein you can achieve both of these things, wherein you can abide by these two thoughts which I have explained you. If you're still not clear about it, I will share with you two examples, and I hope by the end of this you would be extremely clear about what I'm trying to say. Let's talk the first example about us, about super heuristics. Now, what exactly are we trying to stand for? What exactly is our brand promise and all these things? For MBA students and professionals, we are saying that you can take complete charge and get your dream jobs by building your personal brand through these two things, knowledge and skills. When you acquire these two things well enough, then you can create a good personal brand which will help you do whatever you want to do after your MBA. It can significantly impact your post MBA outcomes. Now, if we go ahead and see what is the other end of it, what is the other thought which we were speaking about, then obviously instead of trying to do sales, our objective has always been and is to help you educate you about these skills, help you acquire these skills and inform you about what are the things which are important. Because we think that if we are able to help you to every extent, things like sales and all will always happen. Now, if you see this is one thought, this is another one. What lies at the crossroads of this is simply content, which means that we can achieve these two things with the help of articles, with the help of a podcast, with the help of YouTube videos as well. So we will need to create a lot of content in order for us to achieve these two things, and that is exactly what we went ahead and did. We created our first course which is called 5 Steps Ahead, which helps you do these two things. It lies perfectly at this crossroad. And if you understand what exactly is this course, it is just a piece of content. It is 4 hours worth of videos. Okay, then I will explain you another example, and now I will be speaking about a very famous brand, Amazon. Now, if you try and understand what exactly are they trying to stand for, they are trying to say that okay, Amazon is the one-stop shop for all your needs, and it is extremely simple to place an order on the app, and what they want to stand for is these two things. At the same time, and what do we have at the other end? Amazon needs to educate and inform their audience about how simple it is to order from them and how they can have a seamless experience the way they have with a neighborhood shopkeeper. Now, in order for Amazon to explain these two things to their audience, they need to create again content. And that is why you see stuff like phrases like these, which says "Aapki apni dukaan." It is effectively a piece of content which will help Amazon explain these two ideas to its audience. So now on this, they can go ahead and they can create ads, they can create articles on it, they can create anything else, and all of this would be content. So I hope that with the help of these two examples you would have understood that what is the importance of this, what is the importance of this content in almost everything which you will have to do, in almost everything which the organization wants to achieve. So now I'll sort of close this entire intro with something which is very interesting for you to know, is that how would the kind of content change as the prospect moves across the various stages of the funnel. For example, when the user is at the top of the funnel, which is at the awareness, at the interest stage, it is obvious you would want to create content which helps them make aware of their problems, and it sort of also creates some level of interest for the products that you're offering. That is the objectives. Now if you see these kind of content types which I've entered over here, which I've filled up, you would see one thing, that all of these content are the ones which are easily accessible. In fact, some of them are those for which you need to go right in the face of your audience. So when you think about what is the kind of content which you need to create, you need to keep this in your head, that what is the stage of my prospect. Now when the prospect moves to the stage 2, which is the middle of the funnel, it becomes important for you to create content which helps them bring your product into their consideration set, so that now they are aware about your offering and they see it as a real product to go for. And also whatever you are creating, it should help them creating some sort of an interest or intent to go ahead and actually go for your offering. Now if you see the kind of content which you have over here, all of them, you will see that these are the things which are not so easily upfront accessible. So for example, if somebody wants to have any of these things, they would have to obviously share some of their details with you. It is obvious, and hence you need to understand that you need to create such kind of things for your audience at this stage number 2. And finally, when we go to the stage number 3, we need to create things which will help us create far more important engagement with the audience. So for example, when you go for a face-to-face demo, you know that it is a very one-to-one and a very deep engagement which we are having. Same way, if you now see all of these things, they are more about your offering. They are now not so much about the issues which they have, whereas it is more about what you are offering to your audience. So effectively, if you understand, if I were to say it, when we start off from here, the things are more about the audience and their problems, whereas when we are over here, they are more about your product and offering and how it can help them achieve their outcomes. How can it help your audience achieve their outcomes? So now I hope by the end of this entire interaction which we've had, I hope you've got some understanding of what exactly is content marketing and what is its importance. That was my only objective in this entire video. So as I'd already explained, if you are interested to learn more in this field, please go to the blog Super Heuristics and you'll explore far more interesting stuff. And in the end, I have something to ask you, and I hope that you would share your valuable opinions on it in the comments. What I want to ask you is that, can you think of any kind of organization which can work without creating any form of content? Please evaluate it, think about it, and if you have any opinions, any answers, I would advise you to please comment. Thanks a lot for your attention. Thank you.